Today we will start using chord tones in our worship guitar playing. My name is Rusty and welcome to my worship guitar channel. Let's start by working with these triad shapes. Then I will teach you some fun ways to connect them. These are essential worship guitar skills. Come on in and let's break it down. We will use the key of E for these examples today, but these ideas will work in any key. So A major, E major, B major, C sharp minor. This progression starts with an A chord, but this is in the key of E. All the notes in these chords are in the E major scale. A great way to improvise is looking at these chord shapes on the fretboard. Check this out. A, E, B, C sharp minor. Up the fretboard, A, E, B, C sharp minor. These ideas can easily expand all over the fretboard. If this lesson's helpful, hit that like button, I do appreciate it, and subscribe if you want to get notified for some upcoming content. A great way to practice this concept is to play one note at a time over the backing track so you have it in context. I will leave a few-minute loop of this backing track at the end of the video to practice with. Now check out a great way to practice this concept. A starting place is just run these triads, and these are the notes in the chords. But doing it in time is a great way to practice. And then we can start to build some ideas by following these chord tones, sometimes on just one string like this. So we have a C sharp note here, which is in the A chord. It's a major third. And then the E chord is next. We have a B note here, sliding up to the D sharp note, which is in the B triad, and then bending up. Well, I'm actually just hitting the E, D sharp, C sharp, but I'm bending up a half step to give it a little movement. And you can do this up on the octave up. The C sharp note here is in the 14th fret of the B string this time, and then going back to 12, sliding up to 16, then a half step, bend, 16, 14, back to the C sharp note. And you can do it with octaves. A great way to add some rhythm and some movement when you improvise is using these double stops. So up here we're looking at 10 on the B string, 9 on the G string, a piece of this triad of A. So we go back and forth from B string to G string. I hit the B string to add some movement before I go to the E triad, which is barring the B and G strings on the 9th fret. Check this out. Then we can use the same pattern down here. 4th fret of the B and G strings. Going up to 7, back to the E note here on 5 of the B string. So, same pattern. You don't have to play full chords. You can play pieces of these chord fragments, and it just can create some great lead lines and rhythm ideas. Let's expand some of these ideas looking at the E major pentatonic scale and focusing on the chord tones within that scale. So let's look at the E major pentatonic scale here with the root note in the 12th fret, putting your pinky on there. E major pentatonic. Now these chord tones are within this scale. You can hear the chords go by as I'm playing those simple notes. Right here is, on the 9th fret, is an E note in the G string, which is within the A chord. As it goes to the E chord, sliding up to 13 on the G string, which is a G sharp note, which is part of a chord tone in the E chord. To add some movement, pulling down from 12 to 11 on the G string, hitting 9, sliding up to 13. Coming on the B chord. 12, 11, back to 12 on the B string, and then we have 11 here on the G string, which is an F sharp note, which is a chord tone in the B chord. Pulling off from 12 to 11. And then going to the C sharp note, a bluesy little add-on. 9 here, hitting that E note again, which is a chord tone in that C sharp minor chord. And a slight bend. Back to the root note of the C sharp minor chord, a C sharp note here on 11. And then 11, 9, 11. I like running back down the pentatonic scale. This is a little extension on this position here. So hammer on and pull off from 12 to 14 on the E string, 12 to 14 on the B string, 11, 13 on the G string. Then hitting 9, sliding up to 13, hammering on from 9 to 11. Which is an F sharp note, because we're on the B chord at that point if you start the phrase there. And then we can repeat that. I ended that little run like this, pulling off from 10 to 9 on the B string, hitting 11 on the G string, 9, then 11, 9 again, 11, 9 on the D string, and hitting this home bass note on the 9th fret. Slowly again. But when you speed this up, when you get used to it, practice these chord tone ideas to elevate your worship guitar playing. I will leave a couple-minute loop of this backing track so you can practice these concepts. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and remember, God is always good.